over. And for the final one, this is a common problem too, especially when people are starting off. Instead of drawing a path with curves, they use multiple anchor points to draw the curves, and it just doesn't look nearly as elegant as it could. And if you did make something like this, and you don't want to have to go back and redraw the path, which is another way to go, remember to mouse down and do that. But if you're having trouble and you're struggling, this is a tool to use. So it's called the smooth tool. And if you're like, I don't see that in my tools palette, it's because it's hidden underneath the pencil tool. So you have to mouse down on the pencil tool, grab the smooth tool. Now, if you double click, you have options here. Like you can make this more or less smooth. So it'll make it even, it'll actually alter the path more if you go all the way to 100%. So I don't recommend that. I'd start right around like, the 50-ish% mark. It doesn't have to be perfect. And fidelity means it's going to, how accurate it's going to be. So I'm going to keep it kind of close because this is sort of small. Make it 1.5 pixels. Let's see what that does. So path has to be selected, which it is. And I'm just going to kind of come over here, and you see how I'm just gently tracing. It doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, I'm going to purposely like kind of go off and see what happens here if I sort of do something that's off to the side there. You see how automatically now at least I have something smooth. Still too many anchor points, and it looks like that one part where I went off doesn't look so good down here. So I can come back and just keep manipulating this. And not only does it smooth it out, but I notice it tends to reduce the number of anchor points. And I would recommend at some point, there's only so much the smooth tool can do for you. At some point, I think you need to say, you know what, too many anchor points, because it still is not perfect. So I'm going to just start erasing a couple of these. It's amazing how few anchor points you really need to create the curves. And so the trick is, once you have this many, watch this, I can come back in with my handles, and if I want this to come out more on this side, I pull the left handle, and to me that just looks so much better than all these extra anchor points. So it's not just about using the smooth tool, it's also about reducing your anchor points. And I mentioned this before, I personally think it's easier just to learn how to manipulate your handles in the first place and just skip this. In other words, just go right to the pen tool and learn how to use it, because this is the hard way to do this. But I'm showing you this so in case you're in a pinch or you're having some difficulty understanding how to start off with a pen tool with the handles, you at least can go back and do this. But as I said before, I personally feel like this is the hard way to do this. But at least I can see how, like, again, less and less handles, and to me that just looks so much better already. Even over here, watch, grab this, bring it up to the top, move this over, got this weird section here, see, better. And if I still feel like I'm losing some personality, so much better than what I had before. I could even get rid of this one, but I think you get the point, I hope, at this point. So I'm going to stop there. But that is how you smooth out a path.